Today I want to share with you a distinction that can absolutely transform your communication, your relationships and your results, both at work and at home. And that distinction is agreements versus expectations. Now, if you ever find yourself in a situation where communication isn't working and if accountability feels a little like a constant battle for you, this could well be the missing key. Now, you may have heard the expression, communication is a response you get. And for me, I take that to mean that when communication breaks down, I have to take ownership for that. Instead of me making excuses or getting into the blame game, and instead, the overarching question that I need to be asking is, do I have a true agreement with someone, or am I just holding an expectation of them? Because expectations are one-sided. They live inside my head. I expect you to be on time. I expect you to do your job. But here's the problem. Your definition and mine might be very different. By the way, my definition is early is on time is late. The big challenge here is that expectations are rooted in assumption, and more often than not, they create frustration, conflict and disappointment, whereby agreements are two-sided. They're co-created, they're objective and they're clear. Who does what by when? And what I found is that when people have agreements, accountability shifts from external enforcement to internal integrity. And that means that you don't longer need to chase, nag or micromanage because they own the outcome. And that's what I like to call authentic accountability. Now, in one organisation that I work with, it's fair to say that accountability was a constant headache. Deadlines were often missed, managers were frustrated and HR was overloaded. So together, the owner and myself devised and introduced a simple system, one where everyone on the team carried a pocket notebook. And whenever two people made an agreement, they both wrote it down in their pocketbooks, the task, the deadline, and they signed each other's agreement into each other's book. And here's the magic. If it went in the book, it got done. And in less than a month, things began to transform. Projects were getting delivered on time. Trust grew and accountability became something that people actually enjoyed because it was based on clarity, not control. So here's the takeaway. Expectations create tension, agreements create trust. Therefore, if you want accountability that feels empowering instead of draining, stop relying on expectations and start building and creating agreements. Because when agreements are clear and honoured, execution flows and accountability becomes authentic. It only works, so give it a go. Take this from theory to practice to mastery, because you will thank me later. Thank you for watching.